What's up? Nick Reeves here on Tune In Today Guys, doing another comic review on Volume 2 of The Walking Dead. Which one is this one? Miles Behind Us. So this one picks up right after the first one ends, where they kill Shane and they have his funeral, they bury him, and they go on the road. They're looking for a new place to live. And they meet Tyrese immediately. They meet Tyrese like a few panels in, like a couple pages. And he joins the group. He helps Rick clear the road and like kill some walkers and stuff. And then they find this Wilshire Estates and they think it's safe. And the first night is like, oh, okay, cool. And then the next day they find out there's zombies everywhere, and Donna gets bit, and nearly everyone dies. It's crazy. Just everything goes to crap like immediately. And basically, and then they start traveling again, and they're starting to run low on food, and they are hunting, but it's winter time, so there's like nothing out. Everything's hibernating or everything's gone. And while out hunting, Carl gets shot by Otis, one of the residents on Herschel's farm, and Otis brings him to Herschel, and Herschel starts fixing him up. And they stay with him and everything, and you know the drill from the storyline, so everything. He keeps the walkers in his barn and stuff, and Maggie and Glenn's relationship starts. I don't like it as much in the comic books, because Maggie is just she's kind of just all about sex, and I don't like it as much. I like their loving relationship. I'm sure in the books it gets more loving, but still. In the beginning, it's just like all about sex, which I guess in the show it kind of was, but she was just more inappropriate about it. But anyways, moving on. So, Herschel and Rick talk about the barn, and Rick starts yelling at him, but then he realizes he's out of place because he doesn't live there. He's not allowed to make judgments about what Herschel does. And but anyways, and then they start doing target practice, but then like Herschel stops them because there's a house on the other end of the trees. And then when they're doing the target practice, a walker comes up and Rick goes to shoot it, but Herschel's like stops him, and he's like, no, let's get it in the barn. And something happens, like a walker was right up next to the door, like leaning up against it or something, and it falls through the door, pushing Herschel over, and all the other walkers get out, and it kills Herschel's son and his other daughter, Lacey. And then Herschel gets a gun, and he starts apologizing to every one of them. He's like, I'm sorry this name, I'm sorry this name. And then he's like, I'm sorry. And then he holds up a gun to himself, and he's like, I'm sorry. And then Rick stops him. He's like, no, whatever. And then, anyways, moving on, Rick's like, here, we're clear to clean out the barn so they can stay there. But then Rick's like, no. And he goes and asks him, can a few of us live in the rooms? And Herschel gets mad and almost smacks Lori, puts a gun up to Rick's head. Otis stops him, and then they leave, and they're just kind of, towards the end, they leave the farm, and Glenn stays to be with Maggie, and they're out on the road, they're running low on food, and they just start traveling around, and all of a sudden they stop, and Dale and Andrea go over a hill, and they find the prison, and that's how it ends. And he's like, we could build a new life here, and that's where it ends. And that's Volume 2 of Walking Dead, Miles Behind Us. Like, comment, subscribe what you thought of my review. Peace out.